It's Jeff Greenberg, and I want to cover a series of crazy smart Finder hacks for media creators. All of this will be using the native Mac OS of its smart search capabilities. And we're talking more than this, the search box. We're talking more than Spotlight. We're talking a feature under the File menu called New Smart Folder. And I'd just like to show you a couple that I've built already. Here's every movie created in the last month on my media drive. Here is every piece of media greater than 4K. If I right-click any one of these pieces and I say Get Information, you'll see its size is greater than 4K wide. I've got one built here of just my ProRes files. And I've got one built of my Rec 2020 media that's HDR material. They're all sitting here in my sidebar. I'm going to remove them all. I'm going to show you how I built them. So to start with, I'm going to go to the File menu and say New Smart Folder. And I need to pick a drive for this. So I'm going to pick my main drive, and I'll choose that one more time. New Smart Folder, because I wanted to search just on this one drive. I could also do this on a specific folder in my system. And in this case, I'm going to search not by typing up here, but by hitting this little plus. And that plus is where all the cool things happen. I'm going to say here, Kind is a movie, and it's starting to find every movie on this system, on that drive. I'm going to now add the created date is within the last month. So now I have every movie on that drive that's a month old or less, and I'll hit save. Now when I hit save, it's putting this in the saved searches location on your Mac. That happens to be on your Macintosh hard drive in your username, library, saved searches. And I'm going to call this movies or media created in the last month. It's up to you if you want to put a number there. I'm just doing it so it's easy for us to find them. I've got add the sidebar selected. And now we have this here, making it faster and easier for us to find movies, say from a recent shoot. Let's start with our drive again, go up to the File menu, say New Smart Folder. Now, I'm picking this drive. I could just as easily have a folder, say, with my stock music or my stock video, so I could search for particular items. In this case, I want to find all the movies on this drive that are greater than 4K. So I'll go to Kind. Now, I'm going to pick movies here, but this just as equally could be music or PDFs that are 3 days old, images that are within the last 10 days. All of these things here can be set as criteria to make finding things smarter and easier for yourself. And I'd like it to be picked based on its size, but you'll see size isn't a choice here. Sure, we see file size, but what we don't see is width or height. Now I'm going to go to Other. I have all of this metadata that I can pick from. If I type in the word pixel, I have pixel height or pixel width. This is a little tricky here. Pixel height is great, but pixel width can really differentiate between some of the common sizes I have. So I'm going to choose it and say OK. Now, if I say pixel width equals 1920, that's anything that's 1920 and in theory 1080, and these will be all of my 1080 media. If I say 3840, this is now looking for all of my UHD media, and therein lies a tiny wrinkle, 3840 by 2160. Now that happens to be UHD just shy of 4K. If I'd like truly 4K material, 4000 pixels, the common number is 4096. This would just be material that's to the common size of 4096. Typically, we call this 4K, as it's 4096 and usually by 2160. But what I want is everything that's greater than that. And this will yield all the media on my system that's actually larger than 4K. And while I'm doing it for stuff larger, you could add pixel height and you could actually dial in specific camera aperture sizes, say from a RED camera, where you've set something really custom. When I go ahead and I click on one of these and I right-click and I say Get Info, you can see the size of this file happens to be greater than 4K. It's 8192 by 4320. This happens to be an 8K file. Let's save that. If I want to see where this lives, I can say Show in Enclosing Folder. And while these are here, I can put them anywhere on my system, for example, in a folder contained to help me find them faster rather than having them in the sidebar. Let's build another one. New Smart Folder. And it's definitely the wrong spot, so I'll pick my drive first, and then I'll pick New Smart Folder again. Now I want to show you two really crazy ones, and to do so, I'll start off the same way I have been, choosing a kind, that's a movie, going in here, and choosing that other category like I did before. And this time I'm looking for codec. And I'm going to add it to the menu because I use this all the time. Now with codec here, I can start looking for ProRes files or any other codec you want. And for example, it would be really smart to have one here that's maybe ProRes 4444 or another alpha-based codec, making it easy for you to find files that have a transparency channel. And I'm going to save that. I'm going to build one more. I have a lot of HDR material, especially with my new iPhone 12, and now the iPhone 13. I'm going to have it find every single kind, not on my user, but on my hard drive, on my media drive, find with a smart folder. See how it's the right item? If I wanted to find everything on my Mac, I'd pick it here. Find every movie. And the HDR material is found via color space. So I'm going to go under Other. I'm going to type in the word color. And it's the color profile we're looking for. For the color profile, I'm going to type in 2020. Now that's Rec 2020. That must be the format that HDR material is stored in. That's the wider color space for HDR material. And I can pick any one of these clips, right click and say Get Info. And you can see the color profile here is BT 2020 HLG. I could have just as equally written HLG in there. And with this done, I'll hit Save. I'll call this 4 Rec 2020. So these are smart folders. They're more than just a spotlight search. They're an intelligent way to save really robust search criteria on a folder, on a drive, or your entire system that you have access to on the sidebar. Again, I'm Jeff Greenberg, and I hope this will make your life a little bit easier as a creator. You should really dig in and explore for all the different choices that are there. There's some beauty there, including labels. You could say, find me every movie with a particular label in a particular location. This makes the Finder itself one of the greatest search tools you have for your media. If you have any questions, of course, you can leave them in the comments or reach out to me directly at Film Geek on all your favorite social networks. Thanks for watching.